Hello friends, welcome back to the Craft Castle. Today I have a very special guest with me, my cutie patootie, lemon squeezy little man, Packman Falco. He is here because we are working on what are we working on today?
A Father's Day.
A Father's Day gift.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to pause this for 1 second and I am going to let the people in our life know. If you are my bonus dad, my dad, or my husband, and you are watching this video and it is before Father's Day, turn it off now. Just turn it off. You can watch it after Father's Day. Okay, Pat, are you ready to make a really cool, super awesome coffee mug? You're going to make a coffee mug.
Okay.
Do you know how?
Yes.
You do?
I think so.
You do?
I think so.
Okay. So, we are going to make a coffee mug in 2 ways. This little guy right here is going to be using Artist Freeze markers, sublimation markers, and if he wants to, I also brought out the stamp pads. That's optional for him. I just told him, you're just going to use some markers and you're going to draw a picture. So he is going to work on his coffee mug that way. I'll show you how he does that. And the other way that we are going to make a coffee mug, I have another mug right here. And I am just going to use my computer, a couple pictures of the kids, and then my word processor. I'm not going to open up Design Space at all for this project. We're just going to use a couple pictures of the kids, my word processor, and then my sublimation printer. And we are going to make like the face cutouts. I'm sure you've seen them all over Etsy. I even have them in my shop. But you can do like pets or your kids' faces or your faces, anything like that. I'm going to show you how to make that. We're just going to use a website, sublimation printer, and the word processor for that. He is going to use just sublimation, markers, and optional stamp pads. The other supplies that you're going to need for this project, on his side you'll just need scissors, heat transfer tape, and if he wanted to do some sort of handwriting, something, or explain the reasoning of why you're going to need this, but you're going to need a pen. And then on my side, all you're going to need is a sublimation printer, heat transfer tape, and obviously sublimation paint or ink and paper. You will also need a mug press for this. I have one and I'll show it to you later, but it's my heat press and it came with a whole bunch of attachments. One of the attachments was a mug press. Super cool. I love the fact that they just gave it to me with the heat press. All right, so let's get started on our project. We're going to get him set up, ready to go, and then we'll start working on the face mug. All right, so in order to get started, because this piece of paper is like super big on this, right? Like that would be so much. You know what I mean? Okay, so what you need to do is, and I already know, but like you want to cut this paper in half to where you only are going to be drawing a picture on one side, okay? I already know that this type of mug, all you have to do is fold this paper in half and just cut it down the middle. It does not need to be perfect, just in here. Okay, so everything that is white right here is going to stay white on your mug, all right? So if you put this on here and all you put is 3 hearts, guess what? You're only going to see 3 hearts, right? Oh, look. And we need to trim it up a little bit because it's not going to go all the way around your mug, right?
Yeah.
So let's move this down. And we're just going to trim just a little bit. Okay, so what did I say about the white? If it's white,
then it stays white.
it stays white. So if you only do 3 hearts, only 3 hearts will be on that mug. Okay, if you write like Happy Father's Day, you can't do it in these markers because it will go backwards on here. So if you wanted to write Happy Father's Day, here's your scrap piece of paper. Do it in whatever size you want, and then I will show you how to get it to be backwards in a second, okay? So that's that. Also, optional, these little stamp pads, I'll show you. If you wanted to make like a heart, let's do your fingerprint like that. You could do fingerprint hearts.
Oh, I know what I'm doing for that.
Okay, so we have all of these colors. You have a big, huge rainbow of colors. It all says it right there. Violet, green, black. Okay, so you got all these colors. You get the picture, right?
Yep.
But you could do it like that. And then when you want to wipe your finger off, just wipe your finger off. See? And it comes right off. Okie dokie. So here is this is anything that you have right here is going to be on your cup. Okay? If you wanted to do drawing, if you wanted to do like Happy Father's Day or whatever, do it on here with this pen. And then I'll show you how to get it onto here. Okay? This is an extra additional scrap paper if you need it. This one is going to be for Daddy. You're going to make this one for Daddy. Okie dokie? Okay, so he already has a game plan for what he is doing for his. He halfway through said, I know what I'm going to do. So, we will go
stamps.
with the stamps. So we are going to go to the computer for ours and we'll start doing the picture portion for our mug. We're at the computer. He is still working on his design right here. We got some cute little hearts going and he is thinking in the thought process. Okay, so we are doing a face mug, right? We're going to put all cute little pictures on our mug for Father's Day. This one's going to be for my bonus dad. So this is what we need to do. First, you're going to take some really cute pictures of your kiddos. I have already done that, and then you're going to send them to your computer. I have already sent them to my computer, and they are right there. Those three right there are the three pictures that I'm going to be using for this project. When you are at your computer and you've already did this, you're going to put in this website right here. I'll also have it linked in the description of this video so you can just click on it and it'll bring it right up. But it's called Remove Background. I absolutely love this website. It's free to use. There is an option to create a profile to make like higher quality downloads. I have never actually felt like I needed to upgrade that. I always just do the free one. Okay, so essentially you could press this right here and upload the image, but they also do a drag and drop. So let's start with the first one, and we're just going to take the very top one and we're going to drag it in and drop it. Now, sometimes it automatically takes out most of the design, which is great, but I actually want to go in and remove everything but his face. So his chest and his hair, I'm going to remove all of that. So go up here into edit, and then over here to the right to erase and restore. We can zoom in, and I am just going to erase, make sure it's on the erase right here. And I'm just going to zoom in and then start erasing everything but his face. Wasn't hard at all. What did that take me? Like a minute? Let's go up here because there's very, very little bit of like stray hairs that we have. So we're just going to erase that too. But it does not take very long at all. And when, we got a little stragglers right here. Okay, so when you're done, just press download and download image. And it's going to go right here into my downloads file. Now we're going to work on the second one. So just exit out of that and repeat the process. Drag and drop. Do you see how it mostly took out everything that I need? Well, it didn't take out everything that I wanted, so we're just going to go into edit, and we're going to hit erase and restore. Make sure erase is on. Zoom in, and we are going to just take out what we don't want. Okay, we are going to work on the third one. It's so simple, right? This is like super easy project. Super easy. It's not going to get any harder than this. Okay, there is our third one. Now, for this one, I actually do want to keep most of their bodies because I just love how they're holding, they're interlocking. I just love that. It's so stinking cute. But I want to give it like a rounded edge at the bottom just so it doesn't look like they are now missing legs, which they are. But we're going to go into edit, and I am just going to zoom in. See how, look how cute their hands are interlocking. But I'm just going to kind of round it out just a little bit. Okay, then press download and then download image. So you're going to have the 3 downloaded images in your download folder. Now open just any word processor that you have and create a blank page. I'm going to scoot that down and zoom out. So, whoa, that was like way out. go back. Okay, we've already done it with his mug, but for these mugs that I'm using, it essentially is half of a letter size sheet of paper and then about 10 inches around. So anything that you create, you just want to create it to be 8.5, or I'm sorry, 5 point, half of 8.5 is what? 5.25? 5? Yes. Yes. 5.25 by 10 inches. So that's what we're going to create. And and because I have it printed on 8.5 by 11 sheets, it's going to need, your design's going to need to be like this, like sideways. I'll show you here in a second. So just create just a letter size document. I'm going to make sure page setup 8.5 by 11, but I am going to do my eco tank because that's my sublimation printer. Okay, now all you have to do is drag in your 3 images. Oop, don't need that one. Okay, fine. We'll just delete that. And drag in the 3. See how crisp and clean those pictures look like? Love it. I'm going to change these over into a range. I'm going to change it over to that and stay on the page and do that one. I'm going to do no. If you don't change this to no, it could potentially, like this one, you could start, it will start shifting around and wanting to hide around things. So you want to do none and then stay on page so it doesn't start moving around. And this is how you can start layering things so they don't move around on you. And I am going to turn this to 90 degrees because everything needs to be, let's do 270. There we go. For some reason, I just think this is the top. This right here is the top of the mug. The center of your page is going to be the bottom of the mug. If you think differently and you think on the other side, then that's fine too. But I always like to do the edges as the outside edge as the top. So we're going to go like that. We're going to change that to 270. There we go. Now everything's over to the right. And we want to make sure that there is nothing that goes over into the 5.5 mark. So insert a text box and we'll do the 5.25 for the width and just leave it like that. So anything that's over here to the right and to the left, 5 and 5 is 10. What? 8.25. 8.5 divided by 2 is 4.25. Try that again and then go and then move that to the right. So anything that's going to be to the top and to the middle of this, we don't want to carry over. So when we print this, if the face is cut like this and it's over this middle black box, it will not go onto your mug. So this is kind of like your outline or your guideline. We're going to delete this box here in a second, but it's just going to give you an idea of how big and where to place your faces. You can do as many as little as you want. I am going to just put one like that. I'm going to put this one in the middle. And I'm going to put, my daughter's face seems so big and Pack's face looks so small and big. We'll do that. Okay. And then I'm going to duplicate this and I'm going to put one, let's do it like that, and then we'll do this one. So pretty much the entire mug is just going to be of the kiddos. Delete that. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to do is insert a text box and I'm going to put Happy Father's Day. And I'm going to change this over into any text that you want. Okay, and then you are going to arrange that to the 270. So we need to turn it to the side. And I just need to figure out where, let me insert that shape again. And we determined it was 4.25. Oh, you know what I think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna put one right here. Put one kiddo, delete those two, and I'm gonna duplicate this again. Like that. Ooh, I like that. Although I would like to do pink, I think I'm gonna keep it at blue. And then, okay, now that we have everything the way it is, just take that, arrange that. Do you see how it was moving on me? So we need to keep it to none so then it'll stay in place of what it wants to. That Father's Day is in the middle of where I need it to be on the page. And I am just going to space these kiddos out just a little bit. What do you think, Pack? You like that?
Yeah.
Awesome. We're going to make sure that this is the correct size again. Okay, we have it lined up there. And do you see how the edge of the Y in Father's Day is like at the very bottom of your middle? I'm going to scoot that up a little bit because I definitely don't want the bottom of my font to be cut off. So I'm just going to scoot this up a little bit. I'm going to scoot Trend down, scoot Packy B down just a little bit. And I'm going to scoot this one down. It matches up. I'm going to align that to the left. So now it looks like the bottom of the kids are going to line up to the very bottom of the mug, which is great. And then the top of the kids' heads in the middle, they're not going to get. I'm going to select all in group. And then I'm going to copy and paste. And then put another one on the other one. Although I only wanted to do one for my bonus dad, I'm going to do another one just for the hubs as well. You know, might as well. We like coffee mugs here. This is 180. Line that up. Okay, and then all we're going to do is slide this back over. We are going to print this. You're going to send this to your Sublimation printer. What's going on here? Your Sublimation printer, which mine is a Eco Tank. And always go under media type and quality. And for your media type, you want to choose the photo matte paper. That is just going to give it the highest quality of print that they have. Also, do not forget, under layout, you always want to flip horizontally. It needs to be backwards for you when you print it, because then when you put it on, it is going to be right side facing. That is very important. Okay, when you're done, just press print, let it print, and then I'll show you how to prep the mug. No, anything you use this for, it will not show up on the mug. So all of these little flowers and stuff, and this right here, remember what I said, if you use letters, you have to use it on scrap paper, so I can show you how to reverse it. That's what I'm saying. So this pen will not show up on this mug. This pen was only for scrap paper. Okay, so do you want to start over? Baby, look, Mom, this will not come up on your mug. Okay, it is okay to start over. So we had a drawing mishap. He used the pen as a lot of the black. So it is important to remember, if you are using this pen on what your sublimation print is going to be, it will not transfer over into your sublimation blank. That is very important. So what he has to do is now he has to start all over because he did not use the proper black for this, which is fine, right? We're just going to start on over. He's going to use that as a guide. But again, if you are using a pen on your sublimation print, it will not transfer over into your sublimation blank. My print is almost done printing. So what I'm going to do is now prep my sublimations with my print. This is my heat press right here. It's a swing arm one. It does all these spinning things. It's really cool. I love it. The other cool thing about this is it came with like a whole bunch of attachments. One of it is this little mug press right here. It is amazing. It came with like a hat press, a plate press, all these presses and all these attachments. It's great. All you have to do for this is this right here, unscrew the heat press plate. It also has one right here. And I am just going to screw it back into the heating element. This right here is like the vessel, the heating element vessel to heat this up. Screw that back into place, and I am just going to turn my heat press on. These are going to need to be at 370 for about a minute and a half. Let me verify that, and I will put all the time and everything in the description as well for this video. But we are going to now prep this, turn this on. This is going to take a little bit to heat up, so make sure you heat these up. Okay, and I just double checked when I got this print off of my printer. These need to be at 370 for about 190 seconds. Alrighty, so this, remember how we designed it? There's 2 coffee mugs already set and ready to go. Your lettering is supposed to be backwards. If it is not backwards, you need to stop. Don't keep going, don't put this on here because then it becomes a permanent thing and you will forever have a backwards print. So when you're reading this and it's printed, everything should be backwards. Remember that. Everything should be backwards. Because I'm telling you, I have messed up so many times where I'm like, oh my gosh, it looks so good. And then I press it and I'm like, no, it's not supposed to be like that. So if you've printed this and you cannot read it because it is backwards, you are on the right track. Trust the process. All I'm going to do is cut straight down the middle of my mug, or my print, and now I've created 2 prints. Set one aside. You doing good? Okay. I'm going to take the mug that I have. Here is the center, right? Your center is the handle. It's getting ready to start beeping, so it doesn't want to beep. That's fine. Now, the center of your mug is where the handle is. So here's the handle, and the very center is right there. Also on your print, trim off a little bit of the excess. On the print, what you're going to do is you're going to fold this in half, and you're also going to find the center. Don't crease your print, just crease the white part that's left over. Now you have like a crease in the middle of your paper. That is also your center. So laying your print down with your mug with the center. Remember, this is your center right here. And now we're beeping, huh? Okay, we're going to lay it down. My goodness, we're going to lay it down. We're going to meet the 2 together. If you by chance, this thing just keeps beeping. If you by chance have touched this a lot, make sure and do like a dust cloth. What happened? What'd you mess up on? It looks really good. A little bit of a hiccup. We have a perfectionist. He's a drawing perfectionist. You are going to be a professional drawer, right? Someday. He takes his drawing very seriously, and he has messed up again, which is totally fine. A little bit of consultations with his mother, and I have said it is okay to start over. So he had said that his flower right here just now looks like a blob, and he's very unhappy with it. He really doesn't want to have to start over because now it's going to be the 3rd start over. But I told him it's okay. It's okay to start over. It's okay to learn and trust the process. Now he knows that the markers are a little bit more bolder instead of a fine print that he would like for. So he is just going to start all over, right, babe? Yeah, and it's not that big of a deal, right? We can start all over. So he is going to start all over, and we're going to keep working on these mugs. All I'm going to do is, now I am like all flustered with him. My print is a little bit too long, and so there is like, it's coming up a little bit. You can see how it kind of has like a curve to the paper now. I'm just going to trim that excess off so it lays flat on your mug. If it's not laying flat on your mug, you want to make sure it does, because otherwise that looks like it's called ghosting, and it just doesn't look right. Okay, now it's laying down perfectly flat on my mug, so I'm just going to take a bit of tape, and I'm just going to put one end down. You don't have to worry about the tape too much at this second, because we're going to fix it in a second. And then doing the same thing over again, we're going to just put that down and make sure it lays flat. Right here at the handle, it kind of does not, like it wants to curve up a little bit. It's like hitting the handle. So I'm just going to take my scissors and trim that up just a little bit. Are you all right? Yeah? Okay. And put a little bit of tape down. Now, I know that some people like to tape the edges right here and down here. I don't like doing that because it leaves the potential of leaving creases at the very end of your mug. So I like to keep it open just like that on both sides. But what I am going to do is now take another piece of tape underneath that handle and then at the very top of the handle. And that is your prepared mug. So all you're going to need is some tape down around the handle just to tape down your print. And then, like I said, I just keep everything at the very top open. I'm going to set the timer to my thing for 170 or 190. You just need to open this up a little bit. There is a tension knob right here if you needed to. Mine's kind of already set to these mugs because these are the only size mugs that I have. I'm going to slide this in right like that. Now, if you clamp this down and it is really hard for you to clamp down, stop what you're doing and loosen up this tension. Otherwise, you'll break this mug. It'll shatter because there's too much pressure. But you do want a lot of pressure so it creates a good seal for the print to go onto your mug. And just put it down in there. Press the play button on your heat press and we are just going to let this go. That looks really good. I really like that. That looks good, dude. Yeah? Do you like it? Yeah. Okay, good. Do you want to do Happy Father's Day right there? Yeah. Yeah? Okay, so I'll show you how to do that. So, how you get, if you're just only doing the markers and you want to have wording on your print, it is important that you have it mirrored, right? Well, because we're doing a marker and who knows how to write backwards, what I had him do is I took that scrap piece of paper. Our mug is done. I took that scrap piece of paper and I kind of lined up where it is that he wanted that portion to be, and he wrote Happy Father's Day in that small little area that he wanted it to be, right? Now with that, I am going to turn this around and make it backwards, and I'm going to put it on the back side of the print, and he is going to go to the window, and now he is going to trace everything that he sees with the black marker, and then it'll be backwards. Okay, so I ended up doing the trace for him because when he tried to do the trace, his brain told him that he needed to do it Happy Father's Day like normal. So what I did was the same thing, just took this, made it backwards, held it up to the mirror, and it says whatever it says. It does not read anything, but that's okay. Trust the process, because then when you turn it around and you print it on there, it will eventually read Happy Father's Day, but it has to be backwards. There you go. Okay, are you done writing? Like no more writing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Are you going to do any more pictures? Or are you almost done? What are you doing? Okay, one more picture. Now, we let this cool. Now let's peel some of that tape. If you're peeling this and you have not, are you okay? Are you okay? Okay, if you're peeling this and you don't like your print, like your print isn't printed, it is really hot. If it's not on there all the way, stop what you're doing, put the print back on there and put it back into your mug. Don't keep going because it'll be really hard to line up. But we are peeling this off. Oh my gosh. Packman Falco, look at this. Do you love that?
Yeah.
And here is one mug completely finished. And remember what I said about trusting the process? Now it says Happy Father's Day for you. Right there. But look at that. Oh, perfect, perfect, perfect. We already have our second mug already prepped and ready to go. So I'm going to put that back into the heat press, and I'm just going to press this. Are you good? Awesome. Okay, he is now finished. Same thing that we've done before. Here is the mug. I just took it out of the plastic sleeve, so I definitely have not touched it. I am going to take his print. We're going to find the center of his print just by folding it in half and pinching, not what he's printed, but just pinching and making like a crease at the top and the bottom. Finding your center of the mug, and I'm going to place it down on there, put a little bit of tape, and then we're going to roll this up a little bit more tape. make sure his entire print, everything that he's drawn is inside the mug, not on the outside of it. All right, we are going to wait your turn. You're gonna wait your turn because this one, we only have one mug press. One mug press means one mug at a time, right? All right, we're gonna stick yours in there. Put it straight in there. Make sure your handle is up, right? And then, what do we do?
And then the push it.
Yep, we gotta clamp it down, right?
Yeah, until you care, because then there'll be too much pressure and then it'll break.
Very right, that is right. Too much pressure and then it'll break. And then, how many seconds? Did you listen?
No.
190 seconds. So it's just cooking. It's gonna cook for 190 seconds. Okay, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, stop it. Now we'll open this up. This is hot.
Yep.
Open this up and we're gonna slide your mug out. Now, I have zero patience. If it wasn't me and it was somebody else, I would say, wait for it to cool a little
It
bit.
stinks in here.
It does stink. The sublimation paints do stink when they get pressed. Now, I have no patience, right? So I'm going to start peeling this off. However, if it was you that was doing it, I would tell you, Packer, wait. Wait until it cools a little bit. But I don't like to have fingertips anyways, all right? Are you ready? Have a seat. Are you ready?
Yeah. That's cool.
Do you like it? What do you think?
I like it.
Do you like it?
And
Watch your fingers. It's hot. Oh, what? Oh, at the lake? Okay, so this thing right here, this yellow thing, is his first steps. Then this right here, are you going to be okay?
yeah, I heard this.
Is him and his dad swimming at the lake when we used to live at the lake. These two is you and dad, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then he has these two guys right here, is him and his dad playing.
In the field and in the first word we said Dada.
Oh, and his first word was Dada. And then he has two flowers and a sun. Is that a sun?
Yeah.
And then a whole bunch of hearts at the very top. And then, of course, he has Happy Father's Day on his mug. Are you proud of this?
Yes.
Look at me. Do you like this? Do you like the way it ended up turning out? You have to what? Trust the process.
Yeah.
Yes, we have to trust the process. All right, y'all, we are done with our Father's Day gifts. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope we have inspired you to create. Are you okay?
Yeah, like I had something, like I stepped on something and then after I jumped.
Oh my goodness. All right, y'all, we will see you later. Bye. Are you going to say bye?
Bye.
Bye.